Hello everyone, I'm Ketchup, and today I thought I would just wish you a happy April Fools. Ignore the fact that this video is probably kind of long. There's absolutely nothing in this video of any interest that you will care about at all. Psych. I made this video to announce that I am working on 12 Roblox games. Yeah, that's what 12, like the number 12, like the number 12. So, yeah, I thought I'd kind of just give a rundown of, like, what these games are, what you can expect to have from them, maybe a little bit of gameplay footage. So yeah, probably not gameplay footage, actually. I'm just probably going to be talking about them. There might be some gameplay footage in the background of every game, actually. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So, each time I talk about a game, the footage in the background is the footage of that game. So, yeah. Number 1 is Snowy Horror Game. Yeah, I don't have a name for this game. It's so early in development. I don't have a name. Okay, it's basically like, the player just goes from campfire to avoid freezing to death. This was 0% of this was scripted, by the way. I'm just winging this. So yeah, and then another thing I'm working on, which is, I gotta say, probably the game I'm most excited about. Well, I'm pretty excited about Snowy Horror Game, but The Deception of Happiness. This is basically a Dark Deception XPM 606 fan game. Dark Deception, my favorite game outside of Roblox. PM 606, my favorite game in Roblox. Similar gameplay style. Put them together, boom, greatest game in the world. Okay, Contemplation. If you even know what this is, you've probably been waiting a while for it. It's been dead for like a really long time. It was basically just kind of a weird core game with puzzles and stuff, but anyways, I'm bringing it back with the shelter update or bunker update. I'm not sure what I want to call it yet. Brick Corridor Chapter 2. This game has been in development since RAF.EXE Puppets update was in development, which I'll get to next, by the way. Yeah, so progress has again been made on Brick Corridor Chapter 2. I'm really sorry, honestly, because it was a good game, and I really wanted to get it out. I wanted to get it out back in, honestly, like fall, like around Halloween. So like, I'm sorry. Like, same with what you are probably most excited about. It's the most anticipated game of mine by far, even though I wouldn't say it's my best game. RAF.EXE, one of my biggest games as well. The Puppets Lair update, as well as the Buff Monkey event. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Again, like, I'm literally working on 12. I'm working on 12 games. How do you expect me to focus on that one? Bro, I'm working on 12 games. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, but sorry about those technical difficulties. Anyways, back to the thing. Mirage. So Mirage is gonna be a pretty short game. A lot of these I've actually never talked about. Brick Corridor, Snowy Horror Game, and RAF.EXE are the main ones I've really publicized on this list. But basically, Mirage is going to be a short horror game. I was like, hey, I'm making a game about the player freezing to death, so why not make a game about a player in the desert dying from dehydration? So that's what I did. And, yeah, they slowly become delirious as they die from lack of water. Yeah, original idea, I feel like, kind of. I haven't really seen this be done before with a lot of these games, like the Snowy Horror Game. Like, what I try and do with my games is I really try and, like, get original ideas. Like, I either like to make it a direct fan game or make it completely original. Like, RAF.EXE, that's a direct fan game. But Corridor, completely original, pretty much. So, Saturday morning, version 1.1. It would be a small update. It really wouldn't be much. Again, this was the one of the ones I talked about a lot more on my channel. It's actually been doing fairly well. Like, I haven't seen a ton of people playing it, but it just released. It's basically a showcase game. There's not much to it. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything to talk about with this one. It's not the most interesting. On to the next one, we have the Mimics of Handmade Trials. Yeesh, this is a blast from the past. This, in terms of size and length of gameplay, is my biggest game ever. I consistently updated it with new levels every few weeks, and it was doing decently. It has a couple hundred visits, which is terrible. Like, it didn't do well, but it's got more visits than some of my other fan games. Yeah, it would pretty much just add a few, like, new trials, probably. I'd finish the game. The main reason why I discontinued it was because of the audio update. Like, it completely broke the game. Like, completely. Like, oh my gosh. It was just unplayable. The Random Farmhouse. I'm sure, Patrick, if you're watching this, you are probably pissing your pants. You are probably freaking out right now. The Random Farmhouse. It was a recreation of my house in real life, and it was pretty much like it was a pretty good game. It was kind of a badge hunt game. So there wasn't a ton stuff to it. It was actually one of the first times where I really let my let the insightful myth shine, because I hadn't really done much with that myth. So yeah, I will also be reviving that. This is technically a bonus thing. This wasn't really one I had planned on talking about, but I will be reviving the whole catch-up content / insightful / astronomical lore. So yeah, that whole like realism myth and like that stuff will be brought back. Another game that I feel like is kind of, I've never talked about this. Like, this is just something that I thought of, and I was like, hey, that's a good idea. I should turn that into a game. I haven't really started development on this one. It's more of in its idea phase, but it's Please Donate. Now, before you start yelling at me, this is a fan game. This is not, and this is not like a donation game. This is a horror game. Well, basically, it's roughly based off of like the memes that are in Devound's meme reviews about the noobs begging for Robux in Please Donate. So I decided, hey, how about I make a game where the noobs have gone rabid craving Robux, and they are out to kill you and steal your Robux. So, hey, that's a thing now. I'm not sure whether I should really be proud about that idea or not. Almost done. House Haunting. This is an interesting one. This is, again, a really original idea. And I don't want to talk about this a ton, because, again, like, I don't want to have, like, a firm thing, like, say this is, like, necessarily going to release at a certain time. But I feel like this is gonna be a game that this is one of the only games on this list where I really feel like I might actually need to hire some people to work on this, because it's gonna be a big game. It's basically the player is trying to buy a house, and they keep going from house to house, and each house has like a ghost infestation, and they have to survive. So, vaguely similar to Five Nights at Freddy's X, Phasmophobia X, Lockwood and Company. I don't know. Nostalgia. This game is giving me nostalgia talking about. So yeah. This game was really buggy. It's one of my older games. It was basically, it had some lore that I don't really want to talk about because, like, it was still being built upon. But essentially, I'm going to be revamping the whole game, improving the code, adding music, everything. Yeah, it's going to be a huge revamp. I'm going to be making Chapter 4. A lot of these games are already out. Quite a few of them aren't, but, things like Saturday Morning, Ways of Lava.exe, go check them out if you haven't. They're really good, in my opinion. I mean, I might be a little bit biased because they're my own games, but, hey, I think they're good. Queecraft played them. Queecraft peed his pants playing one of them. So, yeah, you should probably go check them out. Pretty cool.